What is up, my bamboo shooter? I'm Hannah1 here, and welcome to another episode of Road to Diamond. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, the Road to Diamond series is kicking back up again, and this time we're going to be covering the SMGs, probably the most used guns in this game, like the MSMC, of course, which I'm covering here today. The Chicom's a very popular one, the Scorpion, and the PDW and the MP7. The Vector isn't as used as all of them, but I'm going to be covering the Vector in a later episode, teaching you some tricks on how to use the gun very well. But anyway, let's get into today's episode. So, like I said, today we'll be covering the MSMC, and the class we're going to be building today is it's built around a silent but very deadly approach. So, silent, you're going to be staying off the map, you're going to be staying off the radar, and your enemies won't know where to hit them, pretty much. So let's get into the class. So of course we've got the MSC, and we're going to be using two attachments on this thing, and that's a silencer and a foregrip. The reason we're using the foregrip is just so we can get accuracy at the longer range kills. I know the suppressor drops off the damage a little bit at the longer range kills, and because it's an SMG anyway, it's not as powerful at long range. But if you happen to catch someone looking out a window and you're able to burst fire at them, you're going to kill them with this foregrip and the suppressor. And of course, like I said, we're building a silent but deadly class here, so the suppressor is going to keep us off the mini-map and keep us off of the radar. Then, to keep us more deadly, we're going to have two perks, and the first perk we're using is lightweight. Lightweight is so we can move around the map very fast, so we can get from point A to point B quicker than we normally would. And the second perk we're using is Ghost, so of course we're using the perk 1 green wildcard. And again, like I said, we're making a silent but deadly class, so while we're using Ghost, we're going to be running rounds. You're pretty much always moving with this class. You're never very stationary or staying in one position. So Ghost, we're always moving around. That means we're always going to stay off of the radar. Then for this class, we are completely skipping over Perk 2. If you want to run a Perk 2, the only perk that I would recommend you running is Scavenger, so you can just keep that ammo count high. And if you're going to be running Scavenger, I'd either take off the 5.7 or the foregrip, whatever you're more comfortable with taking off of your class. So like I said, we're skipping over Perk 2. And then we have Perk 3 green wildcard. This so we can get two Perk 3s. And the two perks 3s we're going to be using is Extreme Condition, and this is so, again, combined with lightweight, we're going to be moving across the map much quicker, and with Extreme Conditioning we're going to be moving around the map much longer, so that sort of tying together. And then the third perk we're going to be using is Dexterity. Dexterity is an extremely useful perk for the SMGs. So many incidents I've climbed over a ledge and there's been an enemy there, or I've run up a ladder and as soon as I get to the top of that ladder there's an enemy standing there. With Dexterity, as soon as you pull yourself up that ledge or as soon as you reach the top of that ladder, your gun is out ready to shoot. So I can't stress how useful that is, and because it's a silent and deadly class, you probably won't even know what hit them. You just quickly just bust out your gun, spray them down, knife them, whatever you want to do, and then just move on to your next foe. And then for our secondary, which is the last point for our class, I've decided to go with a pistol. Now this is very optional. You can just stick to the MSMC on its own and swap out your secondary, like I said, for an extra second perk. Maybe you want to throw on a Bouncing Betty, a Combat Axe, a Shock Charge, a Concussion. It's really up to you, but I like to run that secondary just to keep it as backup, you know. So because I'm not one to run Scavenger, if I happen to run out of ammo with the MSMC, I've got a trusty secondary weapon. And the secondary weapon I like to run, it varies between the Cap 40, because that's an extremely reliable secondary weapon, or the 5.7. If you're not too fond of the pistols, I recommend running the Cap 40. If you are, the 5.7. For those of you who don't know, during Black Ops 1 I did a full prestige running pistols only, so I sort of got used to pistols ever since that point. So pistols were a very good choice for me to run personally. So that's why I always like to run things like the 5.7. The Tag 45 isn't the greatest pistol in my opinion, and I'm not a big fan of the B23R, so it's normally between the 5.7 and the Executioner for me. But Cap 40, for those of you who you're not really pistol experts, Cap 40 is definitely the way to go. But anyway guys, that's just my class setup for the MSMC. As usual, leave yours in the comment section below. Let's get a mixed match of different feels for this MSMC. What do you guys like to run in it? Let me know. Also, if you enjoyed the video, remember to leave a like rating, and if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button to keep up to date with all the other videos I post, including future Road to Diamond episodes. If you want to check out any of the other Road to Diamond episodes, playlist in the description. So yeah guys, it's Round Panel 1, and I'm out. Peace, thank you for watching.